Hi, my name is Emily Lamparelli, and today I'm going to be talking about the NASCAR decision case. The main question in the case is whether or not NASCAR should continue to allow fans to fly the Confederate flag at its racing events. NASCAR has a deeply rooted Southern history with its inception in 1947, with many of the NASCAR properties having featured the Confederate flag in one way or another. However, association with the Confederate symbol has prevented people from feeling that NASCAR is a place where they are welcome. This led me to recommend that NASCAR should make the decision to ban the Confederate flag. Because of the already established support for change, the potential to appeal to a broader audience, and to maintain and communicate a clear vision to its shareholders and viewers. NASCAR understandably has hesitations when it comes to banning the flag because of the risk of losing support from their fans and their sponsors. However, support to ban the flag is found in two of NASCAR's major sponsors, Microsoft and Fifth Third Bank, but also other large retailers like Walmart and Amazon have led by example and banned any merchandise with the Confederate flag from being sold. But there is also support from within the organization. A spokesperson for NASCAR and a driver came out to condemn the use of the flag on NASCAR properties. These examples show that NASCAR has the necessary support to follow through with the decision to ban the Confederate flag. I also questioned what kind of people represent NASCAR's audience. Research has shown that 91% of NASCAR's fan base is white. But it also faces another problem. NASCAR's average fan age has been consistently going up, meaning that there's not as many young viewers participating in the sport. When wanting to diversify, this definitely poses an issue for NASCAR because younger viewers and people of color don't believe that NASCAR should allow the Confederate flag to be flown. This brings me to my final point, that NASCAR needs to maintain and communicate a clear vision for their audience in order to attract more diverse populations. In the past, they have not communicated effectively by letting messages from leadership conflict. In 2005, Chairman Brian France and grandson of founder William France said that he does not look at the Confederate flag with any positive regard. But a year later, when President Mike Helton said that he does not believe that the redneck Southern heritage is still alive within their audiences, he was faced with ridicule and backlash. And he had to ultimately backpedal and reassure fans that they are still trying to maintain their Southern roots. This sends a very confusing message to their audience about where they stand on the Confederate flag. And to confuse people even further, initiatives were taken by driver Bubba Wallace, where he said that he does not agree with the use of the Confederate flag. By taking a clear stance against the permittance of the flag, NASCAR will foster inclusivity and a welcoming environment for their viewers, but also make it clear that symbols of hate are not welcome. When NASCAR makes their decision, they need to act quickly to get the word out by making a public statement that involves leadership's reasons for the decision and shows support from the people within the organization, the drivers, and the crew members. But also, NASCAR needs to create clear expectations surrounding the ban. I would recommend that they work with their legal department to create a clause when purchasing a ticket that the Confederate flag is a prohibited item and that they can face consequences if they bring it onto NASCAR property. NASCAR can also implement crowd surveyors whose job it is to look for people in the audience who have brought prohibited items and report them to security. This ultimately will hold the audience and NASCAR accountable for their decision to ban the flag. As for long-term actions that NASCAR can take, one is to create the NASCAR's Community Outreach Program. Events include fundraising for schools by hosting a family race night where NASCAR auctions off a ride on the track to donate proceeds to local schools, or an event called the Future Racers of America, where NASCAR crew members and drivers meet with aspiring racers from across the country to inspire and bring in an inclusive generation for future NASCAR fans and drivers. NASCAR could also create an event called the International Invite. They can choose to host a race annually that features various drivers from other countries, where the winner receives sponsorship to race in the following season. Novelty events like this will help garner international intrigue and audiences to reach populations that they haven't yet tapped into. NASCAR will no doubt face adversity when implementing this decision, but it will help them reach their goals of maintaining important sponsors and the support of their followers, but it will also help create an inclusive environment that will diversify their audience. And finally, the decision to ban the Confederate flag should clear confusion and create a unanimous vision for the future of the organization and the sport itself. Thank you for listening today.